Good evening and welcome to Trending Tonight. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. There's only one big story and one big focus right here on the show on what the Prime Minister said. Well, the Prime Minister said a lot about Bihar, but then a lot of what he said had to do outside of Bihar. So on this show tonight, let's get you our key point. The Prime Minister Modi's messages beyond Bihar, which is extremely significant in his speech. We are going to decode this speech. Important speech from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and you will soon know the reference. The point number one is that there was a direct warning to Mamata Banerjee. He says the writing is on the wall for you, stop killing BJP leaders. And point number two, which is going to be a point of discussion right here, where he says a web of dynasty is a threat to democracy. He was talking about political parties which are parivar driven and how they are a threat to democracy and how the BJP is going to fight. Let's first quickly listen in to what the Prime Minister said.
कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक परिवारवादी पार्टियों, परिवार की पार्टियों, इसका जो जाल नजर आ रहा है, जरा नजर कीजिए कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक फैमिली पार्टियां, ये पार्टियों का जाल लोकतंत्र के लिए खतरा बनता जा रहा है और ये बात देश का युवा भली भांति जानता है। परिवार की पार्टियां या परिवारवादी पार्टियां लोकतंत्र के लिए सबसे बड़ा खतरा है।
All right, let's now introduce our guest this evening to discuss this further. What exactly did the Prime Minister mean about them being a threat to democracy and what really is the BJP's plan? Mr. Ravindra Kishore Sinha, BJP leader and former Rajya Sabha MP from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you very much, Mr. Sinha, for joining us. Dr. Sunil Singh, leader of the JDU, is also with us. Thank you very much, Dr. Singh. In just a short moment, we'll have Dr. Nasir Hussain of the Congress Party and Mayank Sinha, spokesperson and General Secretary of RJD Delhi. Mr. Sinha, let's begin with you. When the Prime Minister says that this is there is a web of dynasty-driven parties from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, I mean, the reference is not lost on anyone. In Kashmir, obviously, he's talking about PDP and NC. And Kanyakumari, he seems to be referring to, a Tamil Nadu party called the DMK and the very many other parties. What's the larger point, Mr. Sinha?
Actually, frankly speaking, in democratic process, there is no place for any family or individual driven parties. So whatever Prime Minister has said this evening is absolutely correct. In democracy, the democracy is essential within the party also. If party is not a democratic party itself, I mean, it's a mockery of democracy when they say that I am participating in democratic process. So, Prime Minister has raised a very, very valid question. The Indian National Congress, which used to have election every year, and with very definite precedents and rules that the state where they have the annual conference, anybody from that state will normally not be elected as the president.
Sure. But and Mr. Sinha, see the point is, Mr. Sinha, see the point is not just about internal party democracy just at the level of the post of the president. Even in the Bharatiya Janata Party, first of all, your ally Shiromani Akali Dal, dynasty driven. Even within the BJP, you know more than I do the allegations that the BJP has faced of fielding sons and daughters and giving them prominent positions. I mean, yes, they fought their way through. they did fight their way through. But then would they have been where they are had it not been for dynasty? Dr. Nasir Hussain is now with us. Dr. Hussain, the Prime Minister's comment on dynasty-driven parties and them being a threat to democracy, I think this is a clear reference to starting with your party and then all the others. What do you have to say about this renewed push?
Sanket, I think Sanket, I think this debate has been there in the political discussions for quite some time. I think this is something which is settled in India. If your father is a journalist, nobody can say that you cannot become a journalist. If my dad is a politician, nobody can deny me the right of being a politician. I think this is what is being
no, but then, sir,
India.
I think the
Every
point,
political
the
party,
only point of correction
party,
here is that this should not,
let me complete.
this should not be a point of entitlement. The son of a politician cannot have a point of entitlement.
It's not an, see, I'll tell you, it's not an entitlement. If somebody is getting, if somebody is there because of his parents, he has to prove his own worth. He cannot win an election just because his father or mother is an MP or an MLA or a Mantri. He has to prove his worth. And if today Prime Minister is speaking about dynasties and the kith and kings getting into politics, he should set his house first right. What has BJP done? What had happened in Uttar Pradesh election? What had happened in Rajasthan election? I can give more than 100 examples of BJP MLAs, MPs and ministers pitching their sons and daughters in the election. This has happened in the entire North India. This has happened in Karnataka. This has happened in South India. In my own state, the chief minister's son is a member of parliament. Everywhere it is happening. The point is, nobody can get an undue advantage for a long time. The people of our country are mature
What
enough.
if the BJP were to turn around and say that these are not family-run parties?
No.
See, the Prime Minister used this word. He said dynasty-driven or family-run parties.
Sanket, let me tell.
See, I'll tell you, even in case of family, even in case, see, I would like to speak for Congress.
Yeah, Mr. Sinha, I'll come to you. Just one moment.
One should understand that
Dr. Hussain first.
after 1989 till now, there is no Gandhi who has become a Prime Minister issued. Though they had an opportunity, they have not picked themselves for the Prime Ministerial position. If only one who has the acceptability of the cadre can become the president of the party. If anybody else in the Congress party can become the president, they are welcome to. Rahul Gandhi has said that. Sonia Gandhi has said that. It's an open election. Anybody can become the president. If they have the largest number of following in the party, nobody can help it.
Okay. Mr. Sinha, very quickly, and then Dr. Singh.
Yeah, whatever Mr. Nasir is saying, he is self-contradicting his own statement. He said correctly that a journalist's son has a right to become a journalist. A politician's son has also right to become a politician. There is no doubt about it. One can become. But when in our party, we have to ensure that a party worker's son has also given his hard work in the party. He has contributed to the party.
What if the Congress were to turn around and say the same thing, Mr. Sinha?
Yeah.
Congress will say the same thing. That the sons and daughters have put in their hard work, blood and sweat. It's another thing that
they have not.
They're not getting results.
I'm so sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
I think this is a very weak argument. It's a very weak argument.
Family-driven parties, they make the sons and daughters as on the top hierarchy without even doing ABCD in the party.
Yeah. So sense of the point on sense of entitlement is being made by Mr. Sinha right now. Mayank Sinha is also with us of the RJD and Dr. Sunil Singh. Dr. Singh, let's begin with you first. I want to ask you, where do you stand as far as this dynasty-driven comment that has been made by the Prime Minister? Surely your party does not find yourself in a peculiar position because of this statement, because we don't see that dynasty-driven problem in your party.
Sanket, my friend from Congress, is diverting and diluting the issue. What Prime Minister has been referring as that this is the largest democracy, and let's not make a mockery of democracy by having a dynasty-driven party. He meant that political party working as a private
No, he
limited
used the
company.
word threat to democracy. He said this is a threat.
He just meant that some of the political parties are like private limited company, and the Yuvraj are there.
No,
Acting
one
like a
moment.
CEO.
These private limited companies have been alliance partners of the NDA. Shiromani
I'm not-
Akali Dal and Shiv Sena were the oldest allies. Family-run, family-driven parties were the oldest allies of the NDA.
Prime Minister never said who is whose ally. He just referred that for a healthy democracy, this dynasty-driven, family-driven
No,
party
Dr. Singh,
is not good for democracy.
Are we to assume that now that the NDA has no constituent as of this moment of a party which is family-run or family-driven, that the Prime Minister has had this renewed push to call it a threat? I mean, so far, comments like the threat to democracy, threat word I did not see being used. The fact that the Prime Minister has used it now.
I take back my words of threat. It's not for a healthy democracy and the largest democracy like India.
Sure. Mr. Sinha?
Okay, but let me complete.
Yeah, okay. Dr. Singh first. Dr. Singh, yeah.
Let me complete. And as for some sons and daughters, the kith and kin are the political workers or the political leaders. I think there is no bar as to sons and daughters of a party, of a leader, cannot become a leader. But that's a different story. But the top leadership, like somebody is flying plane today and tomorrow he becomes PM. He referred to that kind of a thing. Parachute landing leaders should not be there. There is no debar of anybody's son and daughter.
But then see, the point being made by Mr. Sinha right now was that you have to prove your worth. You prove your worth, work hard in whatever position you are given, and if the people find you acceptable, it's fine. The same argument the Congress is also giving to justify dynasty.
No, they are not giving.
Where is the difference, Mr. Sinha?
There used to be a system in the Congress which has been totally destroyed in recent few decades. Our party had a system that if you are working on a village level or a ward level, unless you have done that, you cannot go to the district level, and unless you have worked in district level and proven record, you cannot go on a state level. And if you have not been office bearer of a state level, you cannot go to the center. As simple as that. And many of the
is this
left
applicable
parties,
to everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
And no special favor?
No special favor.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Nasir Hussain?
See, I'll tell you, we had given a list of the candidates during the Uttar Pradesh election, which was close to about 75, 80 candidates who were there and who had just got the tickets because they are the sons and daughters of leaders. I can offhand I can give you the former Chief Minister's son, former Chief Minister of Rajasthan's son, Yashwant Sinha's son. Where did Anurag Thakur come? They all of them are there because of their parents. But most of them have proved and they are continuing. Some of them have not proved themselves and they are not continuing. That is how it is in politics.
All the
Now this debate is because of the elections in Bihar. Now here we should understand that Tejasvi Yadav, for the first time he must have got a chance because he is the son of Lalu Prasad Yadav. But after that he proved himself. He had much more popularity than the incumbent chief minister. He was leading in all the surveys. See, it is a different matter that in the last moment NDA did cheat and put pressure on the EC and stole the election.
No.
But all through the last 2 months, he was the most favorite chief ministerial candidate.
Okay,
he worked
let me
very
say
hard
this.
for the past
Mr.
5
Sinha,
years, 7 years, 10
Mr.
years,
Sinha,
and then he became popular there.
Mr.
You
Sinha,
cannot
one by
deny
one.
the chance of becoming.
Spokesperson of RJD.
Yeah, one by one. Mr. Sinha, one by one.
Spokesperson of RJD. RJD person is there, he will talk about RJD.
But they're in an alliance. No, Mr. Sinha, he's speaking in the capacity of an alliance partner.
Why RJD here? Why I am telling RJD? Because
Mr.
Prime
Sinha.
Minister has commented in the context of the recent election in Bihar.
Okay, Mr. Sinha, the point that is being made is that here is the leader of the RJD who is obviously there because of his connection with Lalu Prasad Yadav, and he is the single largest party right now in the Bihar elections. So will you qualify him as a dynast, or will you qualify him as a dynast who has performed? Because if you put him in the second category, then this is exactly what you are saying. You are also justifying dynasty driven politicians in your party.
No, but the thing is, Sanket, my point is very simple. If anybody has worked for his party as a grassroots level for a few years, and
no, how can you be so sure that each and every son and daughter has worked and gone through the grind and then only has reached where they have? Because you also know, come on, it does not work like this. There are many people who are para-dropped and parachuted simply because of their association.
No.
There's a long list. Mayank Sinha, very quickly, Mayank Sinha of the RJD.
Para-dropped politicians, whether it is anywhere in democracy, is always a danger.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Mr. Mayank Sinha of the RJD joined us late. I want to bring him in now. Mr. Mayank Sinha, can you hear me? Mayank ji, आवाज आ रही है मेरी? Mayank Sinha? Mayank ji, आप मेरी आवाज सुन पा रहे हैं? Mayank Sinha of the RJD, can you hear me? Okay, Mayank Sinha को आवाज नहीं जा रही. We'll try to connect with him in just a short moment so that he can get a response. But Dr. Singh, I want to know from you what happens. Let's ask a question about your alliance. The Prime Minister has very categorically mentioned that the Bihar government is going to be in the leadership of Nitish Kumar. But with the muted mandate that Nitish Kumar has, he's the number 3 party right now in the state. You know, in terms of ethically, morally, for a chief minister who had resigned on the grounds of morality and ethics and paved the way for a Jitan Ram Manjhi, will he continue to stay on in this position, and for how long?
Sanket, first of all, you are going to the numbers. Let me tell you that NDA fought the election with rock solid unity with the CM face of Nitish Kumar. All the votes, all the single votes came for the double engine sarkar, the development work that was done by the central and the state government, and the referendum was on that. And under the CM Nitish, CM face was Nitish Kumar. So all the votes came on the face of Nitish Kumar. So we are one.
No, you have won. In absolute numbers, you have won. But we are talking about individual strike rates.
If somebody is like a family, can you segregate? This brother has got this brother has got. We as a family, and one should not try to look. Media has been trying to segregate it for their own reasons. For their own reasons, for
RJD and JDU were family, and then within 1 year, that time also you were a junior partner. I have heard the comments from that time, where the JDU said that they are not letting us work. There is a huge problem. There is a big brotherly attitude. What is the guarantee the same is not going to happen right now?
Look, Honorable Nitish Kumar,
this family is better.
On the morality thing, nobody can teach morality to Honorable Nitish Kumar. He is known for his morals. He will take any decision accordingly. And let me tell you that Bihar is totally safe in the India regime, and Bihar is set to develop with the double engine sarkar, with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the center and the state Nitish Kumar, and emptying times of all the levels of BJP leaders, state level and the central level, have repeated umpteen times that Nitish Kumar will be the CM face.
Sure, running out of time. Thank you very much, Mr. Sinha, Dr. Hussain, as well as Dr. Singh. Thank you so much. That's a wrap in this edition of Trending Tonight. News continues on the other side. Stay with us.